right now I'm getting adverts rolling. It's one of those where you can skip it, but I can't skip it because my hands are full. Futurefestival.com. It's an innovation conference. It just means a bunch of MBAs pretending to be developers. Okay, that's the last of the ads on my screen. So I hope it's the same for y'all. So, provided you can hear me, hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 24th of September edition of the BBNB live stream, where we have bevies, funk. Okay, we have bevies, we have blades, and we're going to talk about bushcraft. Sorry about not being prepared again today, guys. It is a bit of a rush to get down here on a Tuesday, and I forget to do many things because I'm running around like a fart in a windstorm. So, without any further ado, let's do the usual intro where I say, welcome to the live stream, where we have blades, we have beer, beverage, and we talk about bushcraft. If at any point tonight you love what's happening, please hit that smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you kind of hate what's going on, that's okay. Hit the frowny thumb. That works just as well. And if you would like to take your place in the pantheon of those who are helping me keep the lights on around here, then I invite you to hit up the join button down below there, I believe. Right click on that, open another tab, and you'll see that there are 2 tiers of membership, as well as the information as to what each tier gets you for your hard-earned folding cash. If you're watching as time shifted to tomorrow or next week or next month or whatever, thanks for watching. Even after the fact, I do love seeing the comments pile up below the video, but even though you can't necessarily partake in the conversation on the side. I again this week did not have time to put together the news and reading. Sorry about that. It's been a crazy time in the Corbeil life, as it often is. I have some cool stuff planned. I just didn't have time to stick it all together, so I'll do that for next week. In the meantime, we can talk about several things. Hey, so fall's here. And that means that winter's coming, and that is exciting to me in many ways. Although fall is my favorite season for being in the woods. Sort of the back half of winter tends to get rough on me. I get seasonal affective disorder, I believe it's called, or SAD syndrome, and it can really take a bite out of my happiness and out of my headspace. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I look forward to, physical exams and stuff like that. But anyways, I have many months before that. Well, I have some months before that happens. I'm going to start off by saying hi to everyone who's hanging with me. We start off with Off-Grid Recon saying hi at 8:50, which is, I believe, like right when I created this live stream. So it was like, boom, pretty fast there, Off-Grid Recon. Nice to see. We have Peanut Trucker popping in 3 minutes later with a hello. Peanut Trucker, as you may see by the icon next to his name, is a channel mod. So don't piss anyone off, and you won't get the hammer dropped on you. Peanut Trucker just watched Off-Grid's latest video. I did not see the latest video. So Peanut Trucker, if you want to put a link up for us all to watch it, to right click and open it in another tab. I will watch it as soon as we're done here. Hey, we got Foxit popping in the house. How's it going, Cliff? How are you doing? How's our friend Colin tonight? Marcus, how you doing, Marcus? How's the canine part of the family doing? We got Russell popping in at exactly 1 minute to 9. How are you doing? I still haven't watched. Well, I did watch your latest video, but I watched it while you were editing it. But I haven't like sat down and watched it sort of from stem to stern yet. But I will. Everyone just said hi to each other. There we go. There's a Christy in the house. Christy is a channel hero, as you can tell by the icon next to her name. By the way, Russell is both a channel hero and a channel mod. So watch yourself so you don't get the hammer dropped upon you. Marcus is asking what I was about to ask anyway, so I may as well reference his question instead of doubling it. Oh, we got Brother Love in the house. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Oh, piss. I forgot to bring a... It's okay. I got a garbage can. How you doing, Brother Love? Nice to see your name. I feel like I haven't seen you in like a minute. Tea's a good drink. I don't want to actually drop this into my garbage can, though, so I'm going to find a small dish. Such a pro production here, I guess. Going to use the top of a candle. Such a nice candle. This is General Supply Goods and Company. I believe this is cedar. It smells so nice. I kind of feel like taking a candle out. I should have been like, check out my candle. I'm going to light it, and we will ASMR together with this candle. The thing is, I feel that if I did an ASMR channel, I'd have like even more subs. It's like those channels just rocket. But I don't think I'd be able to do it without laughing. Oh, okay. So Brother Love is just going to listen tonight. That's okay. Don't worry about it. No need to say anything. You're probably doing other stuff and got me on in the background. I do that to a lot of stuff, so I support that kind of behavior. Okay, I just want to skip past everyone saying hi to. Oh, you're by LA, Peanut Chris. What? Peanut Truckers in LA. I've only been to LA once. Russell is asking the important questions. He's asking if Christy's poured herself a drink. I think he means a whiskey. Yes, she has. Are you having scotch? Fox, welcome to the stream, Jesse. Thank you. Country Boy popping in. Channel mod and channel hero. So be nice to get the hammer dropped on you, and also as a hero, he is helping me keep the lights on around here. So all you channel members make my heart swell. You warm the cockles of my heart. Make me weak with appreciation. I weep with happiness when I think of my members helping me keep the lights on. Helping me pay the bills. Christy, back up to 110 Fahrenheit here again. So that is, that's hot. I was listening to, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Like, podcasts are how I make it home without having a coronary during my afternoon commute. Like while I'm driving and stuck in traffic. Before I made I think I've said this before. If I'm boring any of you, well, nothing you can do about it. It's my show. But I'll be really brief. Before I made the decision to, no, I'm going to call this me time. I'm going to listen to podcasts or audibles or whatever, but I'm going to zen out on this. I was having like palpitations by the time I got home sometimes. So I really needed to chill out. The reason I'm telling you this is because 99% Invisible, it just had a 6-episode series on their podcast. It's a fabulous podcast. But they had this series called Not Made for This, and it's about how towns or whatever are dealing with the effects of climate change. I would have a small town in Vermont ended up under like 4 feet of water, and they're having to rethink like where the school is situated, right? Because the problem with that town is that it's in the bottom of a bowl. So they're thinking of starting to migrate the town up the hillside or whatever. And there was a a whole episode on the process of getting the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to do a levy. I feel that levying is a fine. Levy. They said this a million times. I'm going to call it levies. To the whole process around getting the funding together for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to build a levee for a small town, and how they do this whole calculation that the project is approved if in the calculation every dollar spent building the levee or whatever the improvement project is equals like a dollar of property value saved. So like small working class towns tend to get left off the table, whereas towns with like a lot of $1 million homes get their projects approved like that. Anyways, they did one on Phoenix, and how 2023, I believe, there were a lot of days, like almost a month, I believe, where it was up like 120 degrees, and how the stuff that had way back in the day attracted people to Arizona, to Phoenix, in probably not that long, it is going to be the stuff that is chasing people away, because you're at the point now where it's conceivable that you'll just never be able to go outside in the day, during the day, in our lifetime, and stuff like that. And so that whole episode, I was thinking about you guys and like, oh my God, it's 110 again, and thinking, yeah, that's not going to be as rare as it once was for you poor folk living down there. And that sucks. Great series, though. It's a great podcast. What 99% Invisible is, I guess I would call it a podcast on the design of things that don't overtly have design, I guess. Does that make sense? Like when you say design, people tend to think of interior or architecture or magazines, layout, stuff like that. They don't tend to think of the fact that the front passenger side seat of a car is the one where the person in it stands the least chance of living if you get into a big accident, because of the fact that for the longest time there was only one size of mannequin, and like a crash test dummy, and it was the size of like your median male. And then when people were like, no, Plan for Women, all they did was downsize the median male mannequin, and it's taken them up until like now, I think Daimler, Chrysler, whatever the Mercedes-Benz company is now called, I think they have finally started using female specific mannequins. But so it goes into stuff like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, like a recent episode that would be of interest to you guys. But anyways, this series, like Not Made for It, is very interesting, and that Phoenix episode was very, very interesting. Anyways, I'm just riffing off of the weather in your place right now. You have to refresh. I'm gonna have to refresh to see how many thumbs ups I have. So that's what I'm gonna go and do over there. Is it gonna refresh? Are you gonna freaking refresh? I refreshed and got advertising. Tea's a good drink though. Hike with Mike in the house. Hunkering down for another hurricane. Yep. Get used to it, buddy. It sucks, but that's just the way things is gonna be. 19 people watching, 11 thumbs ups. 20 people watching now, but still only 11 thumbs ups. Okay. I'll try to be more interesting, I guess. Everyone is saying hi, telling Hike with Mike to be safe, and I absolutely agree with that. Peanut Trucker, they're going to get the backlash of it. Yeah, we got the effects of a hurricane or two here recently. lots of flooding. And we don't even get hit by like the main front of a hurricane because we're far enough inland that by the time it gets to us, it's just a big bad storm. So I shudder to think what the poor people on like PEI or Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, down the coast. I shudder to think what they live through when one of these things sweeps through. We got Grace Martin in the house. How you doing, Grace? How's the weather where you are? Everyone's in hi. Oh, okay. Chris doesn't know how to put up the link from that episode. That's okay. I'll go and look for it. Susie Q in the house. How you doing, Susie? I hope you're fine on this fine evening. I believe you're right, Chris. I think he's still on vacation. So between you and Russell and I think Marcus and Country Boy, the modding should be well in hand. Half day at school tomorrow and then no school Thursday and Friday because the school is used as a hurricane shelter. How does that affect the school year? Like, you guys are just going to have to deal with more and more hurricanes. So, like, how does that affect the school year? Because when schools up here were briefly closed, like for 2 weeks due to the plague, they had to shift the school year. They had to add on 2 weeks as makeup time because the school year is planned out. X number of days, X number of PED days, X number of So like if there are more than I think 3 snow days, the school board has to remove a PED day, kind of thing. So like, how does stuff like that affect the school year down there? Oh, okay. So Brother Love says, haven't been here in a while. Too many late nights doing other things. The final days of studying to challenge the ISA test. I do not know what an ISA is, but I shall now look it up. ISA test. There are 2 options available. Who want? Okay, so ISA Arbor. There are 2 options available for candidates who sit for their certification exams, paper-based or computer-based. But what's ISA? ISI certification. Is this an arborist thing? ISI certified arborist. Is this an arborist thing? Mr. Brother Love? Just hold on. I'm sort of scrolling down. I'm scrolling down because I feel like I'm getting late here. Hike with Mike says, Levy. I learned the proper pronunciation from Led Zeppelin's song When the Levee Breaks. Fair enough. Kelly Flynn, how you doing? Kelly is a channel here. I believe that's a Fender Precision bass in your avatar, Kelly, which is all the excuse I need to do this. Ba-da-ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, boom. Ba-da-ba-boom, ba. Oops. And while we're at it, this is the one that I bought for Camille. That's a really nice color. I love that light blue. I don't know if I necessarily rock that light blue, but I think it's really nice. Jay drove his Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. That's actually it's funny how many of the songs from that era I used to think were kind of cheeseball-ishes, but now they bring back this whole like nostalgia thing, and so I listen to them again and I listen to the lyrics and all that stuff, and I end up loving these songs. Chrissy says we never close it, and right now it's in the 80s, perfect swimming temperature. Oh, you're talking about your pool? Yeah. Anibi is hello, Anibi. Honeybee is a channel mod. We got lots of mods here tonight. We're in good shape. Honeybee, are you having whiskey with me tonight at 10? I see Russell, but I don't see Al. So if Al doesn't pop up, I'm going to have this delectable Two Brewers. I'm trying to cover my face so it focuses. Come on, fool. Focus. There we go. This is their innovative series. Innovative series? I don't know how to pronounce that. Two Brewers captures the core of beer's malt character builders, a dense and complex spirit with distinctive barrel aging, tempting and engaging. For their innovative series, whatever the hell. This is batch 27. They use like either hops or whatever. Barley, like beer grain or beer techniques or whatever. It's not my favorite of the Two Brewers series, but it's pretty damn good. This is Canadian whiskey that's not made like traditional Canadian whiskey. This is made like a single malt. This is a single malt. And when I say it's not made like traditional Canadian whiskey, I mean it's not aimed at the cocktail market. So it's actually good whiskey, because most traditional Canadian whiskey is garbage. It's piss water because it's supposed to be used as a mixer. That's enough of my attitude. That's enough of my attitude. Yeah, Grace says, with temps like Kristen has the pool, which would be a giant hot tub. Yeah, we heat ours because we live in Montreal, but if I lived down there, we wouldn't need to heat our pool. There's no way. Got up to 93 degrees Fahrenheit. That seems hot. I believe that's kind of what we keep ours at, like around 90 Fahrenheit. I say that because my wife insists on having the pool in Fahrenheit temperatures. So I don't know what it is. I sort of know what 90 feels like because I was in the pool a couple of weeks ago. But Honeybee says 19 watchers, 12 likes, rookie numbers. Are we still around 12 likes? I guess I'm just not being funny tonight, or I'm just not being nice enough. I think 23 watching and 16 thumbs ups. I just, why you guys got to be breaking my heart? And now, granted, that was at 9:17, so I'm a little behind. Sorry. Hey, we got Serge in the house. Serge, fashionably late. That's all right. Nice to see you anyway. Serge is also a channel mod. I believe I made a couple of mods for some reason a few weeks ago, and I don't remember what that reason was. That's okay. You're all good peeps. You're great peeps. Okay, so down there they do the same. They add extra days to their schedule as makeup days. Yep, same as here. Peanut Trucker says, just like with the snow days. Yep, I get it. International Society of Arboriculture. Nice. Okay. So does that mean like tree surgeon? I guess that does. Trimming back, cutting them down if they need it, taking care of them if they're sick, kind of thing. That sounds like a great job. Your first base? Nice. My first base was a Steinberger copy made by Court. And we're talking 35 years ago. So, no, I am sure that's what it was. It was black. Random question for me. Which bases do you admire and influenced you? I'm going to keep it short because a lot of people here don't care about, probably wouldn't be interested, but so look, there's going to be Victor Wooten there because he's a monster player, but he's really down to earth. He runs a base camp that I can't afford to go to. I think it's down in Kentucky every summer, but he's got this real holistic approach. His playing is unique. Well, it was unique. Now there's a whole generation of bassists who play just like him, and just a super nice guy. So there's him. Obviously Paul McCartney. We're looking at Paul McCartney's work like a half century later or more. Yeah. like just over half century ago, up till the 70s, right? Well, so it's easy to sort of be jaded about it, but at the time when he was writing his bass lines for the Beatles, he was breaking some ground, and I believe that the line he wrote for Something, that was the song by George Harrison. Yes, George was epically pissed off about the bass line he wrote for that song because he wanted Paul to just sort of go in and pedal on like the root notes of the chords. But at that point, they weren't sitting in the studio together anymore. So when Paul went in to record his bass line, George wasn't even there. So he heard it later and he was furious about it. But that bass line is probably what propelled that song to where it got to, because it's towering work of bass. If ever you need proof that Paul McCartney was like bass window, okay, Something, the bass line he wrote for that song, spectacular. One of the best bass lines ever done. Paul Turner from Jamiroquai. I know it's, what about Xander? No, Paul Turner. I like him better. Both very funky guys, but I discovered Jamiroquai in a much bigger way when Paul Turner was playing. And I feel his playing is a little classier than Stuart Zender's. Richard Bona, the African jazz guy. I mean, he lives in New York now. He teaches at blah 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 school, but great player. I have a real love of the sounds coming from Africa. Period. I mean, musically. And so when this guy sort of passed before me on YouTube, I watched, and then I did a deep dive, and great playing. And he's got a really expensive Fodera bass with a really high-end preamp on it. And he plays it completely passive. He doesn't use the preamp at all. So his sound really is in his fingers. I know I'm supposed to say Jaco Pastorius, but not really. I respect his work, but I haven't tried to internalize any of it the way I have. Even Sting, very simple lines, but they're just right. He's a guy who knows how to play for the song. I don't know. And look, every bass player says it all goes back to Johann Sebastian Bach. He wasn't a bass player, but he was the first of the classical musicians to get what you could do with the bass, right? So many, like even guys you don't tend to think of, right? Like, of course, Paul McCartney says it's all back to Bach. A lot of the sort of the funk guys say it's like goes back to Bach. James Jamerson, who is one of the most towering figures of bass. I mean, he started off as a big guy and a jazz dude, of course, but it all goes back to Bach. And there are some really hard playing guys who all say goes back to Bach, and I really think it really does. Bach is to bass playing what Kant is to postmodern philosophy. Everything is a response to Johann Sebastian Bach's writing for the bass. That was a lot longer than I was hoping to go on that. So sorry to everyone who's not really that interested in that aspect of my life. But it's the kind of question that I would have spent right up till 11 talking about it. But look who here. We got Destiny in the house. How you doing, Destiny? Al won't be here. Okay. That's too bad. He's usually got some interesting stuff to say. Christy was about to hit up Destiny to let her know I was live. It's okay. She's here now. So now the party can get started. I was about to just pulled up Bettina. No, it's not 10:58 yet. Hey, Curmudgeon, Alaska. I'm all right. I'm doing okay. It's been, I have an advertisement on my screen. Do you guys? Do you guys? My advertisement is skippable though, so I'm gonna go and skip it. Let me know if you guys got an ad just now. Man, 21:32. Yeah, curmudgeon. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm really bushed. Like last week, I was falling asleep by the end of the live, and I'm feeling similar. It's been a very busy 4 weeks. I've been really hauling ass on doing some organizing in the basement every night, and stuff like that. Sorry, just checking something. And I'm wrecked, but I'm here. I do look forward to my Tuesdays, hanging with you peeps. I think what I have to do is set aside an hour Monday night, like actually schedule an hour Monday night in my calendar to say prepare for tomorrow night's live stream. That's what I need to do, because I just end up with other stuff. Maybe Camille needs some help with her homework, or God help me, I'm putting the squeak to bed, because then I fall asleep and it's done. I'm out. Because I got stuff I want to do for readings. There's news items that I think would be interesting to talk about. Yeah, it's a really nice. I find it's kind of bourbony. Okay, it's a very North American bottle. Let's put it that way. Like it looks like. I'm just trying to hide my face a little. Like it looks like the kind of label you would see on a bourbon or a Kentucky was it Tennessee whiskey? Shut up, bottle or something. But this liquid is very, very Scotch-ish. Very. Destiny enjoyed the Flagstop shopping haul video. Look who's here. Mal just got back from fishing. I wish I could fish. I really do. Are we going to let everyone forget that Christy thought the pool was 65 when it was 85? I do not know what that was. I just do not know. Hike with Mike is asking if Curmudge in Alaska, if that's actually the name of the inn. If so, it's a genius. He's been to Homer, Alaska, one of his favorite places. I would love to see Alaska one day. I would like to do like a little trip. I want to see the North. To me, seeing the North is not Alaska, right? Because to me, the North is Yukon and the Northwest Territories and like Nunavik, right? Northern Quebec. But obviously Alaska is up there. It's just crossing an international boundary is such a freaking drag. But there's parts of Alaska I'd love to see, and I'd love to go up and see some of the Alaskan YouTubers. I'd also like to swing by Stacy in the Yukon. Say hi to her. I'd like to see places like Yellowknife, Whitehorse. I don't necessarily think I want to see the North in January, though. I'd like to see the North in like September, July, August. How's the ship? The fishing, Mel? Just gone from a cold night of fishing. Yeah, did you catch anything for supper? Oh, and in fact, Cliff says, "Hope you caught some dinner, some dinner." 9:30, and you 9:37 here as well. So yeah, that's fine. You don't have to say anything. You can just listen. That's fine. You can leave me a dot every 10 minutes to let me know you're still here. I still do that when I'm listening in on something and I don't have time to, just to let them know I'm still here. Country Boy has subbed to Curmudge in Alaska. Just haven't had time to get into it yet. Well, I do a little dive. Watch a video every now and again. Hike with Mike says, we need more arborists in the world these days. Save the trees. Yeah, I think we kind of do. A lot of love for that shopping haul. The curmudgeon. 24 to 21. I like it. That's better. That's better. Thanks for keeping an eye on that, Chris, because as I said, I have to reload the YouTube page every time. But you don't have to? I don't get it. Mal caught a bit of bass. Nothing huge, though. Oh, Kelly is saying Getty. Yeah, Getty Lee. He's very virtuosic. A little... Okay, so Rush is one of those bands. It's like Led Zeppelin for me in that I don't like the band, but I really respect the band. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a sound that I'm gonna kick back and listen to. Rush has some numbers that I like, but I mean, generally, I don't love their stuff. But they're three absolutely monster players, and they worked so well together. You know, so I respect the band. I'm always impressed by the band, but I don't listen to the band. Oh, Geezer Butler, right? Yeah. Unsung, that guy. Geezer's unsung. He's never practically listed in like monster bass players of the world, but come on. Absolutely true. You might be dating yourself though, because he's a different generation. But still, yeah. Curmudgeon says the channel exploded this past weekend. That's good news. You know, you put in the work and you're gonna reap the rewards. I love it. Oh no, Destiny, why'd you say that? Why would you do that? You know, we've had this conversation before. Brother Love says exactly right. Dealing with soil issues, watering issues, planting strategies, diagnose and treat trees for infestations and diseases, remove the dead and unwanted, climb them usually. Yep. I have 2 cedars to get taken out of my backyard, but it's expensive as hell. Often referred to as a tree surgeon. Yeah, I've seen that term a lot. Jamiroquai with Dita Von Teese was epic. In fact, fepic. Really? Is that something I can look up on YouTube? Country Boy says to Mal, don't hurt my feeling. I only have one. Yeah, Hike with Mike says music. There's no best, just different styles and what suits the band they play in. Sure, yeah. Hike with Mike, when he sang in his hair band, he always relied on his bass to keep the harmony going. There's always, someone like I don't love singing at all. I mean, I do back up. There's a couple of songs where I do lead, but I don't want to do it. You know, it's not what I, you know, I'm too busy just trying to keep the damn bass lines down. You know, wait, what? Your music? Oh, really? I don't know if any such thing. Shawnee's in the house. How you doing, Shawnee? Okay, yeah. Add Christy, add here too, and that was at 9:33. So exactly the time that I that it was showing an ad on my YouTube, the YouTube page. Okay. Russell, no ads there, but Russell has YouTube Premium or Plus or Pro or whatever it's called. So no surprise there. Mark, no ad there. Hey, by the way, Mark is a channel hero, as you can tell by that icon. How you doing tonight? Oh no, I don't believe she did this to me. What's our yawn count at? And suddenly Jesse's all like, nah. Oh well. Everyone's saying hi. You went to the Science Museum. I love the Science Museum. I'm a big lover of museums. Museums. I love a good museum, generally. But you guys know that I love science. Kelly, no reading tonight. I didn't have time to set it up. I have a reading, but I have to. Next Monday, I'm going to set aside an hour to prepare for Tuesday's live stream because family stuff got away from me again today, and I had to run and do a shopping. I had to run and do some shopping for pizza day at school tomorrow for the kids. So Just, you know what? I have an idea of 2 different readings. Would you guys like to hear a reading about something camping related or like homesteading related? You know what? Let's make that a poll. Oh, and you know what we can add? I wasn't planning that for an upcoming, but we can we can do like something prepping related too if people want to see it. Engage with your audience, start a poll, and this time I'm going to do it right. For next, oops, I misspelled next week's reading, I would prefer something ... known in the publishing circles as an ellipsis. Camping related. Homesteading / cabin related. I wrote cabbing instead of cabin. Cabbing related, yes. I'd like to take a taxi ride into the forest, please. Prepping related. The prepping wasn't really part of my plan for, this week, but I'm going to leave that poll up until 10 o'clock. Nothing wrong with Bourbony. Yeah, that's true. So it is the name of your inn as well. I did not realize that. I thought it was just your LT Survival in the House. I was just thinking about you yesterday, I think. I don't remember why, though. Alaska in July is beautiful. The reason why I'd like to see Alaska is because of the coastlines, right? The islands, the sort of that aspect. Because I do love the sea. I'm terrified of deep water, but I like to sail. I've never sailed in the ocean, but and I do love the coast and the ocean. Peanut Trucker keeping count, nice. Pert was amazing on the drums. Well, they all were. I just I didn't like the vocals. Same thing with Led Zeppelin. Great band, hated the vocals. Couldn't stand the vocals. Still can't. Right? I'm never going to be a Led Zepp fan, even though the songs are solid. Most of the songs are solid. Just can't get past the vocals. Yeah, Grace, it has been a minute since LT Survival's been around. How good, Mike? Being a metalhead, I respect Steve Harris. Yeah. Solid playing. Skilled, not too flashy, right? He knows what serves the song. Curmudgeon also loves Maiden. Yeah. Country Boy says, I hate Rush. I know it's un-Canadian, but it's the truth. Sorry, Ontario. Yeah, my Canadiana runs more to like Spirit of the West, Great Big Sea, Gordon Lightfoot, Bruce Cockburn, Valdy. Very few people who are not like musos, but like real folkies in Canada know who Valdy is, but he spent my entire life listening to him. His first album dropped the year I was born, and I still listen to him today because that voice was the soundtrack of my childhood. And when my band and I were at the Alberta Festival gig, not this past summer, but the summer before, he was there. So we got to hang with him just a little tiny bit. LT, I worked too early this summer and too late now to be able to follow. That's fine. At least you popped in to say hi. But yeah, it's a tough time spot. I've tried to move it a few times, but this is like the time spot that a lot of the people, here can do. So I just put it back. But I tell you, sometimes on a Wednesday, I'm like, oh, so tired. Russell is not appreciative of Scott's dislike for Rush. Wow. Mark says one of my first 8 tracks was Rush 2112. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Next Monday, I should set aside some time to sleep. Yeah, I really should. I would love some time to sleep. Like Mike says, I hate to say it, but I fell asleep at a Rush concert. Not a progressive rock fan because the music lacks soul and emotion, in my humble opinion. So you're not into like Yes? Not into, was it Level 42? No? Marillion? Marillion is interesting because a Marillion show is full of musicians. Not a lot of people outside the music community know Marillion at all. But you walk into a Marillion show and like half of them are like watching the bass player. The others are watching, the guitar, watching the keyboards, because 90% of that audience plays an instrument more than just like once every 3 months kind of thing. Like guys who are into music are into Marillion. Shawnee, I have to start polls on the YouTube side. I can't do it on the StreamYard side. Good old Lenny. It's funny because I grew up as a bass player, not realizing that anyone knew who we were. You know what I'm saying? Like, and still to this day at a show, not everyone knows what the bass is. And it's crazy how often I'll be talking to someone and they'll say, which one's the bass? And I say, can't you hear that? And they don't hear instruments in a song. They just hear the song. Like, how does that happen? Like, it's crazy how many people like spend every weekend shaking their arse in a dance club, but couldn't tell you the difference between the bass line, the keyboard, and anything that's not the singer. I mean, they'll know what the drums are, but it drives me crazy. Good old Lemmy. Ain't gonna be getting anything new out of Lemmy, but yeah, big name. Hike says, I spent my teenage years in Dunedin, Florida, and Honeymoon Island is the most beautiful beach in the world. Good to know. I don't know it. Yeah, you've been gone for a while, but you've been working on your stuff, so you've been working on your homestead there. So that's okay. Hike with Mike. As a singer, they tend to perform at the motion and not into mechanics of the songs. I'm looking back to where I'm not sure which your Country Boy says classic is pre-70s to me, not 90s and 2000s. Classic is 90s now, which drives me crazy. Because that means I'm older than I thought I was. Grace says that's how my husband is at a concert. He's watching the bass player's hands. Yeah. The guitar player's hands, sorry. Favorite guitarist was Steve Clark from Def Leppard. R.I.P. I believe I'm caught up. 2151. This, I believe, is a 3-year. Take two lads in the Yukon, stick them on a canoe trip, and lo and behold, in 1997, a brewery was born. Now, making beer is a joyous thing, but in 2009, these two blokes decided to buy a still, apply their brewing know-how, and make whiskey. Whiskey made in small releases with a variety of malted and roasted grains using different fermentation techniques and a mix of barrels. The goal is that no two releases are the same, so that each expression emerges. It is layered and complex and probably never to be repeated. That is true. All their lines come in batches, and no two batches are identical, which means that if you get a good one, run out and buy a second. This is bottle 1019 of 1080, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But I'm looking to see if they snuck an age statement in. So this is bottled in August 2021. So it's probably a 2018 barreling. It's 2152. I mean, I could pour a wee glass now. That's long enough. I mean, the longer it sits in the glass, the better, right? So such a nice smell. And just for old time's sake, should I drop a little goosh right into my keyboard? Because I saw Steve Clark back in the day. Oh, Mark still listens to Level 42. His voice aged really well. Hey, Marcel's here. How you doing, Marcel? I'm drinking my Stormwatcher tea from Murchie's Tea and Coffee in beautiful Victoria, BC. Yeah, Level 42. That's what the hell's his name? Mark King on bass, I think. The king of the eighth note. He slaps everything on that headless. Was it? He's not playing a kabiki, is he? I don't remember what. Peanut Trucker says, "Have y'all heard of that famous '80s bass player, Peanut Trucker? I think I saw a picture once. Classic playing." I'm almost finished my tea. That's not good news. Very few things make me as sad as the end of a cup of tea, I will say. Marcel got her stitches out today. Nice. Bet you're glad that happened. Man, when I had my stitches there, I was so itchy sometimes. Not all the time, but man, it really itched on occasion. I was like, oh, I'm going crazy. Oh well. I was gonna light this little candle. I was gonna light my little candle. Guys don't tap as well as girls do. My little candle. This was a gift from a subscriber. I think I'm being hilarious. I'm not. I'm probably not, but I think I'm great. I think I'm fabulously funny. Destiny says the vocals on Greta Van Fleet completely blow away all the predecessors, including Robert Plant, but not Freddie Mercury. Just my opinion. I know some would say that those are fighting words. So are you prepared? Are you prepared? I don't have a horse in that fight. I totally blew that. Dog in that fight, horse in that race, right? Horse in that fight. I'm like, what? Yeah, you said that out loud with people listening. Hold on. Oh, Mark Davidson is out. Good night. Have yourself a good night. Sleep well. Destiny says, I don't have a horse in that fight, lol, either. LT is sitting in the car and working, so he won't follow with the scotch tonight. That's okay. I mean, you don't need to, right? Hold on. Peanut Trucker has sent an image. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show the image. What kind of bass is that? Is that like an Ibanez? Hold on, people. I just want to check something out. I can't. Is that an Ibanez you're playing in that? Oh, I can't. There's nothing written on the headstock. I mean, there is something written on the headstock, but I can't see it. Don't stop believing. I don't do that feeling. Hold on a second here. Let me drop the light level on my phone so it doesn't get so washed out. That's better. Do you still have that jacket? I think you need to have that jacket still. Hike with Mike says, "In My Onion, Steve Perry is one of the best vocalists." There was a thing on the CBC, like just a little bit on CBC News about what's the guy's name who's singing in his place? About how in a concert in Brazil he really blew one of the vocal lines, and then on Instagram said, if 1 million people say go, I will quit the band, and if more people say stay, I will stay with the band. I'm like, dude, you had a bad night. Shut up. Don't worry about it. We've all had a bad night. It's embarrassing to have a bad night in front of that many fans, and I think that sort of creates a larger than life reaction. But it's still like, no, you're doing a great job. You are Steve Perry. You sound like him. You're hitting all the notes. You had a bad night. Just relax. Just chill, dude. Just chill. So speaking of Trucker's picture, I did. Country Boy says, I grew up with some pretty mean horses. They can fight. Fair enough. Destiny says he is phenomenal, so is his replacement. Sure. Hike is a high tenor, so he's biased towards Steve Perry. That's fair enough. When you had hair. Yeah, I once had hair as well. I'm also in a gray hair band these days. Hike. Oh, it's from 1985. Okay. In 1985, I think I was in grade 5, 6, something like that. Yeah. But no, right. Great singer. I have to give him props, but he's following a legend, which is very difficult. Yeah, absolutely. You think it was an Ibanez? It has an Ibanez look to it. Destiny says, mind you, I like the growling Brian Johnson AC/DC. If I could shriek like that and get paid, I'd do it. Thunderstruck. Thunder. I do that. A little piece of that song with my band. It's part of the number we call the request medley, which is all the requests that's ever been asked of us that we've really been like, you're in an Irish pub, dude. What the hell? We strung them all together, and that song is a very small part of it. Hike with Mike. Yeah, I graduated high school in 91, but I had to repeat 1 year. So Grace has watched some of my old videos. Which ones? Like which channel? You mean like my old Rain Dance? Because I tell people not to watch earlier than like 2018 because the stuff was terrible. Or do you mean like from my vlog channel, my Jesse Corbeil vlog channel? Yeah, I did have hair. I totally did. In fact, if you look at my band's website, squidjigger.ca, I don't think we have any photos up there of this. I think they're all from when I still had hair and my old basses. And guys, I tell you what, I've had some really nice basses. Some of them I miss. I used to have a 1982, I think it is, Gibson Thunderbird, a black one. I don't play 4-string anymore, so I mean I miss that bass, but not for any logical reason. The Thunderbird is a classic for a reason, man. Oh, I'm bleeding. It's because I had a little hangnail, and I took it out, and now I'm bleeding. God. Oh, it's 22:02. Okay, I will tell you something. You're calling me fat, but no, it's funny because when I still had hair and my thicker black glasses, I did actually get mistaken for him on a couple of occasions because I wasn't quite. this was different. And I took it personal both times. I was like, what? Oh, and I used to have like, even before that, I was a lot thinner and had kind of a Rembrandt kind of hair thing happening, and round glasses, whatever. And there was someone else that I was mistaken for once, and I don't remember who. It's in a band that's not around anymore, but like these guys just wouldn't leave me alone until I signed like autographs. So I just wrote like "Chuck You Farley" on the back of a paper plate and handed it to him. I don't remember who it was. Chris does not have the jacket or the pants anymore. That's too bad. I should try to find old pictures of when I was I used to play in a heavy metal band, but I was from a punk / ska background. It's whiskey time. Christy, are you drinking a scotchy scotch? I'm having the 2 brewers. Caramel. Oak. Like something evergreen. Something wintergreen as well, like or a spearmint kind of thing. Ozone. It's a pretty energetic pour, actually. It'll last me for the rest of the night for sure. Sparkles. Scintillates on the tongue. Espresso at the back of the tongue. Not big, but it's there. Oh yeah, I used to. Man, I loved ska. I still do. I still listen to some ska bands, but like old like two-tone bands, right? Like the Selector, the Scatolites, obviously the Specials, Madness. So many bands. There was a German ska band I used to listen to. I don't remember what they were called, but I remember like some of their songs. Even some of the sort of the ska punk crossover bands. I kind of like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, stuff like that. I feel that the first No Doubt album was a ska album for sure, or it was a ska influenced album. But like even old Police stuff, they were like a reggae influenced band, reggae influenced punk band actually before they rejigged to make a living. LT is going to split his channel by language. I thought you were already doing English videos and French videos, or do you mean you're going to split the channel completely? I think Mal did that. Marcel's having her first glass of Cabernet in 8 days. Well, enjoy that glass. Kelly's got leather pants, but they don't fit anymore. Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff that doesn't fit anymore. Dude, I still have my old Air Cadets uniform. I was like, when I retired from the Air Cadets at 18, you're supposed to give the uniform back. But I was like, dude, I spent years taking absolute care of this. I'm keeping it. And they never came after me. They say, if you don't return your uniform, they never came after me. Haggoth Mike says that when he goes back to his hometown, he feels like a stranger. Interesting. I've heard that a lot. I mean, look, I live in my hometown, right? I've also lived across the country, like part-time, but excuse me. Somebody said something that I found interesting, and I was about to go off on it, but I don't remember what it was, and I'm scrolling back and I'm not finding it, so forget about it. Yeah, Grace saying that she looked at some of my old videos. Are you talking about my Jesse Corbeil vlog channel, or are you talking about my old rain dance videos? I just gotta adjust my sitting position. Adjust my sitting position. Christy, your high school reunion is the week of your anniversary, so you're not going. Fair enough. I wasn't invited. Well, no, that's not true. I was not invited to my 10-year high school reunion. I had an unlisted number, so they had no idea how to get in touch with me. I wouldn't go anywhere. I don't care. I don't care about those people. Look, I did not have a good time in high school. I was not cool. And I didn't like school until Cégep and then university, when I could start, choosing the courses I wanted to take. I have never done well with anything that has not really piqued my interest. And okay, Grace seeing the old rain dance videos. I recently watched my second video. That's the one where I first did the upside down fire, and I really want to redo that one. I want to do another upside down fire video, just because it's 13 years later. I don't remember what year I started my channel. Let's see if I can find that like really quickly, so that I'm not taking up too much time. There's no more there isn't an about anymore on the. Right? It used to say, member since or whatever. Yes, 29th of July, 2013. So I kind of want to redo that video, in 2020. Well, I guess 2025, maybe 2024, just to see how different it would be today. And I still love the upside down fire, because you make a fire and you can sort of take care of yourself, dude. Oh, Christy, you done a deep dive. Yeah, you're right. My first video, actually, not my first published YouTube video, but the first video I made. So in 2013, I got a Canon 9D. That doesn't sound right. 60, a Canon 60. It was my first DSLR that shot video. Shot 1080p. I was like, ugh, because I decided I wanted to shoot videos. I was like, I went to film school. I'm not making movies. What am I going to do? Oh, there's this YouTube thing. I need a camera. So I bought a 60. Still a fabulous model of camera. It's technically a way higher end camera than this 90D. Just in terms of it's more robust, it's more weatherproofed. I'm getting off track. So the first video I shot was me shaving with an axe. It's a terrible video. I think Christy, I think I put it up on my channel at some point, didn't I? Or maybe it was only ever on Facebook. I don't remember. But yeah, so the first video I ever made was shaving with an axe. The first video I YouTubed was a flint and steel kit. LT started his channel in 2014, so we're a couple of OGs here. Mike Hike's first video was an encounter with 6-foot eastern diamondback rattlesnake. Country Boy says, I'm not doing my 40-year reunion, just like I didn't do any of the previous ones. High school sucked ass, and I never want to see any of those a-holes ever again. Yeah, I just generally don't care about those people. About 10 or 15 years ago, I saw one of them on the bus, and he had clearly peaked in high school. I was like, I'm glad that high school was not the best part of my life. Chris says, yes, it was an accident. You did see it on my YouTube. Okay. No, Shawnee, Facebook doesn't pay me for my lives. I don't have it set up. I don't put enough work into those lives to really. I don't even know how I'd go about getting paid on Facebook. I think I would have to do the lives through my Rain Dance Bushcraft Facebook page for that. But it's not like a cocktail page, whereas my personal page, I kind of don't really care about. I thought Facebook was going to be this great marketplace of ideas and stuff, and all it is outrage and cat posts, right? So I do the cocktails there because I know that you guys will swing by and see, but it would be off-brand for my Rain Dance Facebook page. Russell loves axes, so does Jesse. See, I knew there was a reason we got along. Hike with Mike says high school was okay, but you were more interested in time after school. 3 o'clock and time to rock. So is my bandmates are working. Kelly says that Facebook is toxic, and I believe so too. Twitter, or whatever the hell they call Twitter now, is way worse. But yeah, the social media are toxic. I wish I could just get the hell off the whole thing, but Serge says, the shaving video made me pay more attention to what you're doing and eventually got us to reconnect. So that's the video, eh? Interesting. Pina says, I do reels on Facebook and have 7,000 followers and got a $35 deposit from last month. Big dollars. Okay, fair enough. Hike with Mike says, Facebook is still around. I thought only old ladies were on that. No, it's definitely not cool with the kiddies. That's for damn sure. But, you know. LG Survival loves knives. Still have the one I gave you. Yes, I keep it in the apron I use for when I do like my cocktail videos. Actually, I just took it out of the apron because my 5-year-old said, "Hey, what's this?" and popped it out of the pocket. So I believe it's up here. Yeah, but I use it for opening whiskey bottles and stuff like that. Sharpening it is a chore, though. I'm just not great with like little secondary bevels. Oh, my phone is telling me it's time to get ready for bed. Shut up, phone. Country Boy says that the friends I made in my late teens at my first few jobs are the people I still stay in touch with. I am very much someone who turns the page. Massively. Raspberry Rock also loves knives. Yes, I know that as well. I really do turn the page a lot. I have one friend who I have from elementary school, my buddy Rob, who you guys have seen in some of my videos, like the OG viewers will remember. I think he's been on a live or two as well, but aside from that, like Serge is and there's a buddy who Serge and I used to work with, who I still hang out with, who I know from my goth days, hanging out at Montreal goth bars like Fufun Electric and like La Nausée, places like that. And we were both part of sort of the same general goth geek tech crowd, and ended up working at the same company at one point, a security company, a network security company. And I still sort of sail. He's the guy on whose boat I crewed for a couple of years, and I still go to sail sometimes, or I just go to hang out or whatever. But yeah, virtually no one. I keep in touch with virtually no one. I went to a fine arts school from grade 3 till my first time around grade 9, and then finally left. And it's a school where, like, I guess it was supposed to be for misfits, right? Because it was a fine arts, was at the core of the education. But like, Quebec art establishment sent their kids there. And I very quickly learned that all it really meant was that, like, it was still all cliques, but the cliques were just based on different things than in a normal high school, you know? And they still played all the same games as you know, there's still the cool girls and the jocks. Well, fine art school, so no jocks, but there were still the outcasts and the misfits and the popular kids and some preppies and this and that. And it's like, there's nothing different here than at a normal high school, except that I have 3 extra classes a day. My school day is long because things like art, band, choir, and theater are not optional. I was not happy there. I was not. Look, I was not popular in school. I hated life, and I hated being in school, and that affected my interpersonal relationships. So for me, it was very easy to turn the page when I left that school, and when I left my next high school, and when I left Cégep, when I left university. I occasionally reconnect with people years and years later, but one person I've kept in touch with all the whole time through. I Good Mike says, I love sharpening my knives with a leather strap. I also like to strap. The more you strap, the less you actually have to sharpen. I would love that, LT. I feel that it's a little too much money It's more money than I can really afford to spend, I guess. But yeah, I love the way that thing looks. Chris won a Benchmade knife from your company for driver appreciation. Yes, of course I've heard of Benchmade. There's a Benchmade that I would love to have. And now that I've mentioned that, I will put a link. Just to show you guys, by the way, that's not me hinting at anything. They're mind-bogglingly expensive, and they will not make it across the border anymore. High-performance knives. Just, hold on. I'm just sort of... Win a custom knife. I'm in Canada, dude. I can't win the custom knife. There it is. Boom. There it is. Green aluminum. Yeah. Effing right. How come? Ooh, they make a burnt copper one now. What? No. Stop. Go back. Doodle de boom de bam de bam bam. Copy. Based. There we go. Is it going to post? Yeah. The 940 Osborne. Love it. Want it. Massively. But it's like 240 American for like a folder, Kelly loves Bark River. Yeah, that's another great brand. Another really sweet choice. I don't have a Bark River or a Benchmade. I don't have a massive knife collection though. Like, I have a conceptual collection, but I also don't want to have too many knives. Like, I have 2 folders, both of which get used. And I have a few belt knives, all of which sort of get used in rotation. But if there's a knife that never gets used, I'm passing it on to someone. And I've passed on a lot of knives because I don't want to have stuff that just sits in a drawer. For the same reason, I'm down to 2 bases from a high of, I don't know, some. I don't want to tell you, because I had bases that never came to shows. And there are people out there who would love those bases and play them on stage or play them. So I trimmed down my collection. With everything I have, I want each item in that category to get used and enjoyed. Let me see if I can catch up. Tavernouche. I'm okay. Love knives. Sharpening. Want a Benchmade. Love Bark River. Hike says, don't keep in touch with anyone from high school except my hairband crew, and I rarely see them because my family is more important. Fair enough. Kelly loves. Says Benchmade makes a great knife. I absolutely agree. Don't forget the poll. Yes, you're right. You're right. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at the poll. Let's find my page. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. I'm ending the poll. Okay, so what does the poll say? This is for next week. For next week's reading, I would prefer something camping related is 58%, homesteading or cabin related is 35%, and prepping related is 5%. So, okay, so next week's reading will be camping related. Fine. Works for me. I will make that happen. What do they charge for a flag stop on an Alaska train if you're comfortable answering? Interesting question, actually. Peanut Trucker's not sure which model he got, but he's never heard of them. It's a big name knife brand. I'm envious that you got one. Serge bought the brother a Benchmade for his birthday. That's an excellent gift. That's fabulous. I love that. Not far from Kelly. So can you like wrangle like a factory tour? Do they do that kind of thing? Russell loves carrot cake. I also love carrot cake, but it's got to have the cream cheese icing. Hike with Mike says, I have way too many knives. I need to pass them on to folks who will appreciate it. Yeah, that's what I do. You know, there are knives I'm dying to have one day, but I'm not in any hurry to add knives to my collection, you know. And I'm never going to have every dream knife. I'm not going to. I have had to wave goodbye to my dream of having a Jacklore because he doesn't ship outside the UK anymore. So I'm never going to get it. And I couldn't get it before because they're just too expensive. But there's no reason to save up for one anymore. Because even if I could get through the waiting list, he's not going to ship to me. Yeah, I see, LT, that's the thing. It's just too much money. Oh, Jim is outie. He's heading home. Like, for that kind of money, I mean, I'd rather get the Tormek, just because then, you know, I can use it on everything, right? Like axes, knives, chisels, blah. Well, I guess you could use the Ken Onion on all that stuff too, actually. I mean, maybe I'm being a little... Still, it's a lot of money. Sal says that carrot cake is the tea of cakes. I think that's true. I love carrot cake. Country Boy says there's no such thing as too many knives. Oh, all right. Well, if you think I should have more knives, then you can just send me knives. Or too many lanterns. Truth, said Destiny. Truth. I could use... since getting the ones that you guys have sent me and the one that I bought, I could... My lantern concept has 2, maybe 3 more. Another Coleman, and a couple more, or 2 more Colemans, and 1 other of the oil lanterns, the Hurricane lantern. 1 Coleman, 2 more Hurricanes, or swap that. But like that's because of the house we're in, and like having them during our last power outage was such an absolute win. Having both of them on our recent camping trip, such a win. So I sort of thought about, okay, power's out for an entire evening. What do I need to light? You know? I'm just taking a look. LT says, me. I don't remember what we were talking about, though. Destiny asked. Okay, so Destiny asked Chris, how many years on the road so far? Peanut Trucker says 37 years, 4.5 million safe miles. I don't know what a safe mile is. I guess that's a trucker thing. I'm just sort of... Hike says, trail tip for everybody, buy some reflective tape and put a piece on every important item so that if you lose it, a flashlight... oh yeah, use a flashlight to find... Absolutely, that's a great idea. I've never thought of that, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, Shawnee, I think so. Yeah, you need one in the bathroom. Bedroom's important, especially kids' bedroom, you know. Definitely kitchen, and maybe dining room. And there was something else. Oh, right. Okay. I'll tease me for more knives. Yeah. Yeah, I know that you've got a lot of knives. You've got a crap ton of knives. I don't have the space for it. I really feel owned by my stuff sometimes, you know. So I try to... all my collections, I try to trim them down to stuff that I'm going to use. Oh, I did not know that. Safe miles means preventable, accident-free miles. I did not know that. So, I mean, that's a lot of miles. I shudder to think what that would be in kilometers. But yeah, it's a lot of years behind the wheel. Oh, forgot about my whiskey. And like, Shawnee, I just like the light better from these things than from those little electric lanterns that you can just pop up everywhere. We have a bunch of those. And this past weekend, we used a couple of them because we were using like a U-Haul, a 15-foot U-Haul truck to move a bunch of crap. And there's a light inside the U-Haul, but it's only on for a certain amount of time after you close the door on the cab, because stupid. So we had a couple of those, but little LED lights, they don't have the same magic as a little flame. Even the Coleman, like, it's not a flickering, warm, little fantasy flame. It's kind of a cold flame, really, a bright kind of cold flame, but not like LEDs. It's still actual fire, and it's still there's more warmth to it than those little electric lights, And the beautiful thing about a hurricane lantern is you knock it over, it goes out, right? Because the airflow goes. So it's very hard to burn your house down with a hurricane lantern. I think it's not the same with those Colemans. Okay, Hike with Mike says, time for me to leave. Right? Time for me to leave this wonderful time of relaxation to go back to stress about the hurricane. Thank you for the reprieve. Look, be careful, dude. Be safe. I hope it doesn't damage you or your stuff too much. My thoughts go with you, and I hope to see you next week. Everyone say goodbye to holy crap, are you kidding me? Whew, that's a lot of driving. Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, kids room gets LED, but adults get that. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably what I would do as well, because we've got these little things you pull them apart, and the 5-year-old loves to pull them apart and see the light. Christy's asking an interesting question. Is Jennifer safe? Oh, you Googled the the conversion? It's a crap ton of kilometers. So this moving truck that we rented was in miles per hour. Because the thing with U-Haul is you can pick up a truck at any U-Haul location, and it might be based in a different, like, they all seem to have Arizona plates on them for some reason. All right, good night, Serge. Sleep well. See you later. Send me pictures of the knife you bought your brother, although I think you already have. Yeah, Christy, you're right. Sarah wakes up early. I hate waking up early. Oh, Chris says she's flying to Los Angeles in the morning. My sister will be home to take care of the houses and animals. You guys gonna do date night in LA? Drinking in LA as the song goes. Oh, you guys don't know Brand Van 3000, so you don't know that song. So never mind. Forget about it. Forget about it. Good old whiskey. I find it shocking that it's only 10:31. Like, it feels like it's almost 11 because I'm so bloody tired, but I had a dream, I think, last night or the night before. I've been having some weird dreams lately. Like, for instance, last night, the squeakling woke me up at like 2 or 5 in the morning or something. She went pee, and then she wanted a yogurt or something. And so, like, it's really hard for me to get back into like a good sleep after that. I had this dream that I was in like that I had built myself a cabin, but instead of a log cabin, it had thick stone walls, because I was like, it'll protect me from the heat in the summer without needing air conditioning, and it'll protect me from the cold in the winter without fireplace and all that. And I the only thing I remember from the dream was I was next to a window, and there was a big honking storm outside. A smell of the wet earth in a rainstorm. And there was a fire burning in the fireplace or the stove or something. And it was just like a nice moment that it was just lashing it outside. And then I was in this place, warm, with the smell and the heat and the sound of a fire. And like that to me is a perfect moment. That's a perfect moment for me. You know? Grace is having an ad. I'm not having an ad. Now, granted, the YouTube is way behind. Destiny says being a trucker has to have traveled around the world by now with those kilometers. I didn't get one either, Kelly. It's weird how YouTube, like, I don't know what their algorithm does, but sometimes I get ads, sometimes not. Did LT say his... oh, all right. LT is out as well. Good night. See you later, LT. Have a good night. Peanut Triggers. I've been to the moon and back a couple of times. That's a sobering thought. That's a lot of travel. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Yeah. There's a very tiny spider right here. I'm going to put you down there so that you're not climbing on me. Baby spider. So somewhere in this house, there's probably a spider's nest that erupted with babies. 5, yeah, I know. There's going to be a 6 coming up pretty quick, too. Yeah, man, the YouTube is way behind. Like, now it's saying don't forget the poll, Jess. So according to the YouTube, I started streaming 92 minutes ago. According to StreamYard, I've been streaming for 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 45 seconds. Like there's a real delay. Shawnee says, is my StreamYard price going up? I don't know. Is it supposed to be? If it goes up, I have to stop paying for it, which is too bad because I can't afford it as it is. But I like having my logo up in the corner there. Whoops. I like having my logo up in the corner right there. I like having the 1080p instead of whatever it is, 720. I like this picture quality better, but when you do the exchange, it's really expensive. Like it's a kick in the credit card every month, kind of expensive. I would have gotten an email. Oh no, StreamYard got bought. Oh, piss on a biscuit. Are you kidding me? Hold on. StreamYard. I don't have anything right now. When would that email have gone out? Pricing will be changing sometime either this month or next. Oh, that irritates me massively. But I don't have an email. Which one was an off-screen yawn? You never got an email either? I better look this up. StreamYard. Price increase. What? Pod news. StreamYard pricing ruffles feathers. 11th of September 2024. Oh no. Hold on. Customers may be taking flight after live streaming and recording tool StreamYard increased its monthly pricing by 80% and will automatically apply that price to existing subscribers next month. Pricing has moved from $25 to $44.99 a month. The company removed its pricing from its public website in July. StreamYard was acquired in April by Bending Spoons, who previously limited the free service for Evernote and almost doubled its price, and also tripled the subscription price for Meetup. StreamYard's original co-founders, Gage and Dan, left the business 4 months ago. We tried to buy back StreamYard ourselves, but unfortunately it didn't work out. Nope. That's the answer. That's my answer. So next month, so that'll be October. No, I gotta. Okay. All right. So I will be discontinuing my StreamYard membership. I'll see if they still have a free membership. If I'll go down to that and just deal with the 720p. And I'm going to start looking for an alternate. The reason I stick with StreamYard is because OBS or OSB or whatever that stupid thing that I use on Windows is called, the functionality for bringing a guest on is just not there. It's just frustrating and it crashes or it just doesn't work. Fox says there'll still be a free version as far as you know. But yeah. Okay, I'm not going to yeah, I'm not gonna I'm oh, that's really bugging me. Yeah, gotta check my bill. Because the thing is, $44.99 a month in Canadian dollars, I can't do it. I already can't do it. Right? I mean, I've been paying the already ridiculous charge, in the name of having that and this quality of image. I can't. Oh, Kelly's out. All right. Good night, Kelly. I hope to see you next week. Look, I use Streamlabs when on Windows, like when I try to do when I do my members only editing streams, right? Because I'm not having a guest on or anything. And in Windows, I can. Oh, I don't do it on Windows. I do it on Mac as well, but it's just because I'm not having guests. I use OBS because I get the picture quality and all that stuff and some cool functionality, to be straight with you, for free. But yeah, it took me a long time to just to be arsed to learn how to use it, and I'm still not perfect at it. Shawnee says Restream has been talked about for streaming. I don't know anything about that. Do you have a URL that you can share and I can click on so that I don't have to do the work myself? You know what? I'm just going to Restream. It's tough because I don't want to be like, I don't want to feel like a freeloader. Like I can't use this because I have to pay for it, but I can't use one live stream, 30 plus destinations, products, studio, multi-streaming, upload and stream, or chat. What's studio? Supercharge your streaming. Okay, but what's the pricing? Okay. Free plan is 2 channels and local recordings. Yeah. $16 a month is 3 channels, watermark removed, AI generated clips. I don't want that soon. $39 a month that's with the 1080p. So it's the same price as I've been paying for StreamYard. $39 US a month for the 1080p. $199 a month, 8 channels, 30-day recording storage, priority support, website player. No. So with Restream, I would be paying $39 US a month because of that, so that I can have the 1080p. Nice looking interface, though. Look, I'm going to look into this. I'm going to try to find, if I can find something at like 16 per month, I can do that. But I don't make enough money off this channel to pay what I'm paying for StreamYard, right? Like I'm in the hole. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm lost here. Okay. Country Boy says 80% increases effing word. What a bunch of, yeah. No, it's, I can't do it. It's unacceptable. These bending spoons, guys. Bending spoons, is it? It's almost like they're yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, but except that, Cliff, if you hadn't dropped this big hammer in my lap, then I wouldn't have known that this price increase was coming. Right? As it is now, this week I'm going to end my subscription. So don't be sorry. You're doing me a favor. Streamlabs Talk Studio. Streamlabs Talk Studio. So you think that Talk Studio, browser-based streaming software from Streamlabs. Live stream and record with ease. Invite guests, share screen, customize with themes, record, and more. No installation. I'm going to look at that. Add your branding. Go live in just 5 free. So, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to test that for sure. Oh, no. There's a stuck pixel on my camera that I've just noticed looking at the screen. It's right. Oh, my land, this is tough to do. Right there. Oh, for my land's sakes, it's right there. So next week we get the pipe, the wingback chair, the fake fireplace, and the slice of fromage on fine bone china for the reading. Please, I would love it. And a fireplace in the corner, and stroking a squirrel or a cat. We've been looking at cats that are hypoallergenic so that I can have a cat again. We were thinking about maybe we saw a whole list of hypoallergenic cats. And what's the one that kind of have, what are they called? They're kind of stripy, kind of spotty. They look a little bit like wildcats, but they're a lot of effort to take care of. I keep wanting to say Mongolian, but that's not it. And a frame pic of Russell on the coffee table. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at that for sure, Shawnee. I'm going to see what they got. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, you guys probably don't see the stuck pixel because you might not be looking at the picture quite as large as I am. Oh, that's because I had it covered with my right there. Anyway, whatever. A serval? No. Yeah. No. Not the hairless ones. No way. Bengal. It's called a Bengal, I think. They're pretty as hell. Apparently, there's a lot of effort involved in those, though. Whiskey. It's finished. I'll pour one more. Small one, though. That's the thing, like tech companies often get started by a guy or a couple of guys who have all these great intentions, end up having to sell because of money or because of a wicked offer. And the companies that swing in and buy these places change the culture completely, or change the whatever. And it ends up being not what it used to be, Shawnee says, how many, wait, Country, get one of those hairless Mexican creatures. You can pretend to be Dr. Evil. You already have the bald head. No, I don't want a hairless cat. I'm going to be the only hairless thing in my house. Context is key with that statement. How many hours a month do you need for streaming? Well, so what is it? 3 hours on a Tuesday here, right? 9, 10, 11 kind of thing. Oh, 2 hours. Every now and again, like every few months, I do an hour or 3 on my other channel. Right, like when we do a tasting, but that's not like often. Why does the Streamlab? Oh yeah, it does have plans. Okay, so what are the plans? Okay, so for $19 a month. Okay, that's yeah, but what does Ultra give me? One plan, all the premium features. Gives me Streamlabs desktop plus mobile. Don't care about mobile. Web Suite X Ultra, whatever that is. Look, I'm gonna start with whatever their free plan is and see what I need in order to make it work. You know, because it looks like they've got one plan. Oh no, they've got 0, which is Studio Talk branding. Okay, watermark. 4-hour limit. Okay, stream to one destination, up to one guest. $17 a month for the 1080p. Unlimited streaming. So that's what I would have to do. I'm gonna try it out. Probably a members only or something on the free, just to see if I like the setup, the system, and then I'll take a look at their plans. But it looks like I'd have to do the 17. Fox, it says, I say we boycott bending spoons. It's every time they buy a company, it seems they wreck it. Ali G, hi, says it's the Bengal cat. Yes, you're right. Bengal is exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, I think 20 hours. I would have to really be careful what I'm doing, for sure, right? Because I would like 2 hours a week on this channel, but then that means I really have to watch what I'm doing on my second channel. Whatevs. I'll figure this out. I'm gonna look up some. It looks like people are rushing to fill the gap that that StreamYard is about to be leaving, because doubling the price, 80% more is. Why would they do that? They know that users are going to flock to someone else. They can't not know that. So this Restream, I think I looked at the pricing. $40 US a month to get what I need. The thing is, I don't need 5 channels, right? I don't need 2 team seats. It starts at 2 team seats. I don't need 2 team seats, unless is that what they call it when you have a guest on? Restream has increased my business visibility. That's I don't care about that. That's not what I'm doing. Which plan should I choose? Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to spend the next 9 minutes staring at pricing plans when I should be interacting with you folk. Why you gotta be like that? Bending Spoons claimed that the StreamYard plans had too many, and they condensed the plans, and that led to the increase in price. Who cares? Who cares if that's what they said? I believe StreamYard had like 3 plans, right? Were there 4? No, there were 3. Anyways, I'm not gonna reward the new owners of StreamYard by maintaining my membership, not at $60 Canadian a month. This whiskey is really good, guys. Anyway, I should probably notify a few people about what Fox it has informed me of tonight, though, because why can't anything stay copacetic? You know what I'm saying? Do I have any tea left? That's such a good drink. We got like 7 minutes left. Anyone want to talk about anything specific for the next 7 minutes? Now that I'm all bummed out because my StreamYard is... But everyone knows that you really want the 1080p, and that's why they all make it part of their second or third priced tier, you know? No, Fox, don't be sorry, because you just saved me from a potentially huge jump in price that I don't have an email warning me about. So don't be sorry. You done me a solid. Chrissy, I think he uses the free StreamYard. I don't know if he's still here, but I think he uses the free StreamYard. I wish I had the skills to just code a StreamYard kind of service, you know, or make it open source. You know, here's what... Oh, he is here. Not in a long time, he says. Okay. Oh, my land. Jim just got home and the wife has a pot of chili waiting on the stove for him. That sounds amazing. I haven't made chili in so damn long. Excuse me. I do love a nice bowl of chili, though. Excuse me. Country boy. Right back at you, buddy. I don't know why I'm suddenly coughing. Yeah, Marcel, me neither. Everything goes to hell. What the hell's a white chicken chili? Christy, what's a white chicken chili? Never heard of something like that. I mean, I know what a chicken chili is, but what's a white chili? I mean, to me, white chicken chili sounds like, you know, hi, I'm Amber, and I'm going to make chili with chicken, and I'm going to base it on mayonnaise, and maybe we're going to have a lot of spice. I'm going to put like a whole tablespoon of salt. Grace is saying too, but yeah, that sounds fabulous. I like a nice chili. Shawnee says, I don't know white chicken chili. No, I don't know white chicken chili. Pumpkin chili. I think I've heard of that before. Oh, my snap is based on cream. Wait, hold on. Wait, no tomatoes. It's got a white sauce. It's got green chilies, nice, and chicken broth, fine, and cream. No. That, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of, like, okay, so I used to have a girlfriend who lived in the Bronx, okay? And so every year we would obviously do 2 Thanksgivings, one up here and one down in the States. And I could not get with this damned white gravy that her family kept putting on the damn table. This white ass gravy. I'm like, the gravy is not white. What are you doing? Well, what are you putting on the table in front of me, woman? I was way more polite because when in the United States, one must play up one's Canadian cliches. But I was like, no, white gravy, no, or white. Is it even gravy or is it just sauce at that point? Oh yeah, big pot of moose chili. Hell yeah, just send me some, will you? Love that. Russell's Garden produced a few excellent small pumpkins. That's nice. The white chili chicken has the white chicken chili has all those things. I know. And jalapenos. I do love a nice jalapeno. Shawnee's going to make chili. I will be at your house in 30 seconds. Grace says white chicken chili is so good. Okay. But to me, chili is not with cream. It's with like a tomato base and like meat and spices and more spices and chili powder, and it's red and it's beautiful and it's good. This idea of like a cream-based chili, what the hell are you talking about? I look upon all of you with skepticism, with in askance. In askance, I look at you. Marcel's going to make a video. Okay, I'll watch that and I'll see what it is, and I'll probably still think it's too weird, but I might try it. Moose stew, yeah. You know what I'm like. You know what I like. Jim hit a chili cook-off contest at a local winter festival. A lot of okay chilies, some bad ones. None matches your own recipe. None really ever does match your own recipe, for sure. Video on Southern cream gravy coming up too. Cream gravy. What the hell? What's with all the cream? What's all the cream? I mean, I'm with Country, but I'll watch it. Of course, I'll watch it. But Christy says to Marcel, nice fall recipe for you folks with the cooler weather. Me, I'm making it white while it's 110 this week. Yikes. Fox says white gravy shouldn't actually be white. It should be more of a slight grayish color, mainly used for biscuits. Yeah. Sorry, I mean white because to me gravy is dark brown. That's what gravy is, you know. And yeah, they would put it on biscuits. They put it on biscuits. Biscuits is not really a thing up here as much as it is down there either, though. Pulled pork and ground beef in your chili sounds nice to me. All right, Chris is out. Good night, Mr. Peanut Trucker. Have yourself a safe drive tomorrow, I guess. But I'll see you next Tuesday. Sleep well. At the thing where Jim was at the chili cook-off, there was only one chicken chili and it wasn't good. Fair enough. Grace asks, do Canadians do biscuits and gravy? That's a white gravy. Not really. Not often. In my experience, okay, I have to preface this. Man, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to finish this. We'll go to like 11:05 or something. I have to preface this by saying that I live in Quebec, okay? Now, in Quebec, the Anglo population is possibly more British than in Ontario, and definitely more British than Alberta. So when I say unto you that I have never seen biscuits and gravy at a Thanksgiving feast, that's at an Anglo-Quebec Thanksgiving feast. Okay? They may do that in Toronto. They may. There are many things in which Toronto is way more American than Anglo-Montreal, but I've never seen biscuits and gravy north of the border. But I have definitely seen them at my ex-girlfriend's place down in the Bronx. Jim likes white chicken chili too. I've never heard of this. Never heard this. You add green chilies to your biscuit gravy and use hot breakfast sausage in it as well. I think you can add chilies to anything. I am fine with adding chilies to just about anything except ice cream. Because yeah, I love me some chilies, some spice. Love me some spice. One of my viewers once sent me a box of spicy stuff called Slap Your Mama. It was pretty good. Christie's biscuit gravy is also really good over fried potatoes. Now, when you say fried potatoes, you mean French fries, or you mean like just fried chunks of potato? Like, oh, we gotta stop. I'm getting hungry. I'm thinking about all like gravy and potates and like breakfast sausage and chilies and like jalapenos and like Haitian food, because jalapenos reminds me of pickles, which is whatever they whistle bird peppers. What are they? Scotch bonnets in kind of like a not really a chutney, but kind of almost a chutney. Oh, delish. And now I'm getting hungry. Yeah, exactly. As Marcel says, everyone's gonna have the munchies now. I'm getting them like you would not believe. I think there's a pickle left in my fridge. I'll go and eat that. Fried potatoes like hash browns. Yeah, okay. So that's what I was wondering. Yeah. Oh no, there's an actual ad. Actual fried potatoes, and then top it off with a fried egg. That sounds delish. Grace says, not green chilies, but hot honey is good drizzled on vanilla ice cream. Yes, that, and oh, you would not believe how good maple syrup is drizzled on vanilla ice cream. Like, I mean, I'm not talking table syrup or brown syrup, or sorry, the British call it golden syrup. No, I mean maple freaking syrup drizzled on your vanilla ice cream is nice. Country Boy says to Marcel, I'm old and fat. I always have the munchies. I also always have the munchies. Some people are getting ads. Sausage gravy over biscuits is best when it's spicy venison sausage. Yes. You had me at spicy venison. Yeah, Fox is right. Maple syrup is good on pretty much anything. Eggs, ham, bacon, beans, ice cream, pumpkin pie. You can take that shit to the bank. I believe I just said a bad word. It's okay though. It's okay. We're there's 1 minute left until I'm shutting this baby down and going to bed. Yeah. You know, now that I'm all hungry and stuff. When I make pumpkin pie, because some people like to pour maple syrup on top of their pumpkin pie. By the way, to me, pumpkin pie does not come with whipped cream on it. Okay, but I like to put it into the actual the pie mixture that I make. You know, with the pumpkin and the pie mixture. Like I put in a couple of tablespoons just to sweeten it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm with you, Cliff. I wouldn't necessarily go putting maple syrup on there sardines and anchovies. God, Marcel hasn't had venison in a long time. I love game meats. I love. Okay, I live in Quebec. Okay, so there's a whole system here for this, but I do like horse. It's very gamey though. I prefer like bison or moose to horse because horse is gamey as hell, and I do like gamey, but I have a hard time just like horse steak. Like there's a little too much of kind of a liver taste to it, you know. But ground up in a burger, yes, ma'am. Deer is probably my favorite. Though I do love moose. I do love moose. I love buffalo. Bison. I'm even good with chicken, so long, you know, as long as it's not the factory farm. You can taste the misery in a factory farm chicken. But at the end of the day, I buy it anyway because it's affordable, right? Christy doesn't like gamey, but you'd like to try moose meat. You know, I think that if you're not sure how into gamey meats you are, try with like a fondue. You know, last fondue we did, I had some bison, I had some horse, I had some venison, I had some elk, I believe, I had some kangaroo. And it's a good way to sort of taste these things without, like, a steak is a big honking investment, not only in money, but in time. And like if you throw a steak down on your plate and you hate it, that's an expensive mistake, both in terms of time, of money and effort, right? But fondue meats is like, I don't really like that one. Fine. Don't eat those ones. Eat these ones because you still got food. If you don't like what you still got food. If you put this big honking horse steak on your plate and you're like, this tastes terrible, then you're eating the salad, you know? Horse meat is illegal in most of North America, and there's a reason for it, which is not what you would think. The reason it's illegal is because in a slaughterhouse, where the machinery for like clamping on around the neck of the cows or whatever, you need to have a completely different mechanical setup for a horse. You need to have a specific horse slaughterhouse, because all that mechanical stuff for cows doesn't fit a horse right. So what you end up with is a horse panicking and hurting itself before you so you reduce the capacity for a humane kill. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in Quebec, we have the infrastructure for it, right? So it's, horse meat is not a higher cruelty meat than cow meat. We can dive into this if you want next week, but I'm not interested in that element of the meat is murder. Some people are whatever. What I'm saying is the reason it's legal in Quebec, uniquely in North America, because you can't buy horse meat in Alberta either, is that we have the infrastructure. So the horse slaughterhouse or the horse sections of the slaughterhouse are not full of horses injuring themselves because they're panicking and slipping around in these bins. That this is boring. I'm just reacting to it super taboo because horse is taboo in a lot of places for sure. Yeah, elk is great. Elk is nice. I don't know if it's my favorite game meat because I really have a thing for moose and deer, but I do like elk. An elk burger, hell, elk is like bison and horse and deer and stuff. Though you have to cook it a little lighter than you would usually. Like if I like my steak well done, you're doing medium, and it's kind of the same with the ground beef. You need to have some kind of you need to add some binders and stuff because there isn't a lot of fat content. So A, dries out really fast if you're cooking it too much. B, you need to add binders to keep the burger patty from falling apart. Country Boy says that moose is awesome. It is. It's probably my favorite, actually. I do love venison, though. Horse season. It's not quite how it works out. But, hold on. Oh, Russell saw fresh elk tracks. Oh, you missed out on the tag. Okay. Wow, it's 1 in 70. Okay. I have not won any of the lotteries I've entered for like antlerless or like anything ever. Anyways, look, we're at 10 past 11, and I said we would go to 5 past 11. I know there are still 20 of you watching, but I have to be at work in the morning, and I'm frankly fighting to keep my eyes open. I think I'm doing a better job than I was last week in terms of faking it here, but I am like, what? Partly because, as I said before, the squeaklet woke me up at like 2 to go pee and then 5 to get a yogurt. So I did not sleep well this morning. Nobody cares. Shut up, Jesse. For ground game, you have to cut it with fat. Yeah. So maybe a little pork. I've never used bear fat, but anyway. But yes. So for serious, for reals, for like honest. Good night, all. I will see you all next week. I dearly hope, and I hope that I will have time to plan out next week. According to the poll, the readings and stuff next week are going to be about camping, if I remember correctly. How come I can't find the poll? Where's my damn poll? Where'd my damn poll go? It was camping, though. It absolutely was. So between now and next week, everybody, please be sane, be safe, be healthy, and be kind to one another. Good night.